Can you share any stories from your own experience about pets that benefited in the best way possible because their health was insured?
When I was out on the street about a year ago in New York, I met this guy with this beautiful dog, and we started to talk, and he was telling me how the dog had just had treatment for cancer at a referral hospital, and he had pet insurance, and it took care of all that cost. And in New York, that care almost hit $20,000 for that dog, and the dog was doing great. I asked him how the dog responded to chemotherapy, and he was like, great, they did an excellent job. You probably know that from your work. So that was really a great story. But I have to tell you that if we're going to keep this discussion real, I want to share with you my experience, because I lost my dog Rye this July. And so, a lot of people know that I talk about Rye a lot at conferences, and she's very important to me. And she was diagnosed with a very aggressive mast cell tumor. And I met with 2 different oncologists, and we were talking about the treatment plan moving forward. My dog is very afraid of going to a veterinarian, and she's very hospital shy. So I had an option to take her to an oncologist and get treatment post-surgically for this mass. And then I spoke to another oncologist, and he told me that he didn't think I should do that. So I had these 2 options. Should I or should I not? I was really kind of on the fence. But then I found out the cost of that therapy was going to be somewhere between $8,000 and $10,000. And I have to tell you that contributed to me saying no to the treatment. And so, my dog passed away. It was a little longer than the time frame that they had given her. But, that has always nagged at me. Did I make the right decision? And I don't think anybody wants to walk away from that kind of experience feeling like your decision-making was mitigated by money. So, it's so funny, and you talk to all these, and a lot of veterinary professionals don't have pet insurance because we have, often we get discounts at the practices that we work at. But nowadays, there's access to so much care that's beyond our little general practice, and we're racking up those $5,000, $8,000, $9,000. So, tickets. So I know a lot of veterinary professionals now, for the first time in their lives, they're taking pet insurance on and discovering it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, and I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's always hard, right? It's always so hard, yeah.
Well, and it's just, you're a microcosm of a macrocosm of a greater problem within the industry, and there are so many people walking around with that exact same baggage on their shoulders, and that's something that pet insurance could really help with.
Well, yeah, and you think about the chronic drip, drip, drip. It's like a Chinese water torture that all of us are experiencing every day at practice, because almost always there's that thing in the room about how much is this going to cost when we're talking about services, and it mitigates the quality of the experience every single time. I hate to be reactive in that moment to that, and I would rather all of us be proactive about addressing that problem, which would be, can we agree as veterinary professionals, like, do we want to promote a particular insurance or a couple of insurance policies here? Do we educate our clients about that? Can we get in front of this, problem instead of reacting to it all the time? I think might be a better choice for all of us.
Absolutely. When you're in that exam room and you're already dealing with somebody who's freaked out or scared or sad or angry about whatever is going on with their pets, and then here comes the money discussion.
Yeah, and P.S., it's embarrassing.
It is.
It's embarrassing. I was embarrassed as here I am, like, what am I supposed to tell my colleagues? Like, yeah, I'm not pursuing treatment for my dog. You're shamed. You're ashamed about it. Because I know that, where you work, I'm sure the care is superb. And if I told you, like, no, my dog can't handle the stress or whatever, you'd be like, dude, we've got you covered. Don't worry about it. But I don't know, so.
Yeah, it's definitely a concern in the room, and very much, it's interesting when you put yourself in the client's perspective and you have that opportunity when it's your own beloved pet, and it does remind you of what they're feeling and they could be feeling, whether you're putting it on them or not. We definitely certainly assure our clients we are not there to judge them, we're there to provide them options, and then we will help answer the questions that they need to make their best informed decision, and one that they can have peace with when it's necessary. But ultimately, if we can move that out of the discussion and allow them to come in and really hear what we're saying and be able to make those decisions based on what's in the best interest of their pet and what works in their life and their ideals for their pet, that's absolutely the way we want to go.
Right, but I can't get off this talk. But we talk about but we talk about options all the time. But typically, option A is the best option.
Oh, absolutely.
And the only reason we have B and C is because they don't have enough money for A. Totally. But all of us in the room know that A is the better thing to do, and B and C is more of a compromise than it is an option.
It carries more risk to do B, C, and D, and ultimately we potentially could be delaying and instituting care or guessing more in those cases, and that potentially then makes the prognosis worse.
Yeah.